Hello there. Today I'd like to make another forged cross, but in a different style, a split cross. I've had a few people ask me to make this style, so I'll give it a go. So basically forged split cross. So if we've got our stock, let's say, it could be square, it can be round, doesn't matter. So I'll make it 3D so you'll be able to see the cuts better. So what we need to do is we need to cut it on opposing sides vertically. So you make one vertical cut, come down, let's say that's the middle, and then turn it 90 degrees, and then cut again vertically to the center, and then you want to pass these two cuts, past center, just a little bit even, or it could be a lot. And how far you pass these two cuts determines how big the opening will be in the center of the cross. So, for example, this is a very tiny one I made a long time ago. So that opening there is determined by how far you pass these two cuts. So now, in order to make the cuts, you can either, what I'll do for one is I'll hacksaw. Some guys use a bandsaw. You can hacksaw that. It's only mild steel. Or what I might also do in this video is I'll make another via using a hot cutter. And I'll show that. And so basically, when you open this up, after you pass these cuts, and then you put this in the forge, heat it up, open it up, basically you'll have equal legs. Like such. And then the center will be hollow. And like I said, again, that depends on, the farther you pass these two, the bigger that will be. And if you just made it right, these two go right to the center, you won't have this at all then. Or just very minimal. So, yeah, give it a go. We'll see how it works out. Hopefully you guys enjoy. If you're going to use a hacksaw, do yourself a favor and use a good bimetal blade. Not a carbon steel or high-speed steel blade. These ones from Sweden are the only good ones I can find here in Taiwan. So here you can see the opposing cuts I made in this piece of steel. This piece of steel looks like that because I found it outside on the ground. It's just a piece of 5/8. It was as if it was speaking to me. It said, turn me into something. Hey, I finally made myself one of my hot cutters. So I actually, for this project, I used the piece that I hacksawed, but I wanted to add this kind of bonus footage in of me using the hot cutter on a piece that I was going to also use to make one of these split crosses. But I'll tell you, boy, this cutter, it just cut through this like butter. Just in 2 heats, I was already to the other side. So, yeah, anyway, like I said, I didn't want to include this one also in this video because my videos tend to get pretty long. And this is the second heat, and I'm just really going really easy. And I actually made the cut pretty skewed as well, but just like I said, really pleased with how the hot cutter is working as opposed to the other cutter that you saw me using a couple of videos ago. So you can see how well the edge is holding up on this H13 cutter. Of course, I'm just cutting into mild steel, but still, I'm very pleased. I'm going to touch on the subtitle of this video. A couple of days ago, I noticed that my subscribers and my total views went down considerably. And I have to say, it's pretty disconcerting. I don't know if there's a problem with YouTube or what's wrong, but you know, just being a small YouTuber, it's a lot harder than you think to make a video and to post a video every week. And you know, to see something like that happen, yeah, it's very disappointing. So, yeah, I'll do my best moving forward, but who knows with the way things happen. Alright, now on to the piece of round that I hacksawed. You know, I just figured I'm going to split it open a little bit just before I put it in the forge, just make it a little bit easier to get started. You know, being that it's again, just mild steel, not too hard to just split it open. Just took a little brain power to think about how I was going to back it up on the other end here. Just drawing out and evening out these arms, and actually I'm thinking while I'm hammering, wondering like what I want to do on this piece exactly. You know, and since the arms, legs, arms, whatever you call them, since they're you know, they're pretty equally distant out from the center. You know, I was thinking if this is to be sort of like a crucifix, then I'll have to do something to shorten some of those to make it look a little bit more like a crucifix style cross. So this was my solution to shorten two of these arms. Just bend. And I do like the result. Drawing the bottom leg of this out helps give it more of that crucifix style look. I use my angle grinder for 2 minutes and just rounded off the top of that where I punched the hole on the top, and then just ease the edges back a little bit. Just 2 minutes with the angle grinder. So I reheated it and then just gave it a quick wire brushing. Thanks, folks. I need to get some of those lost views and subscribers back.